गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स।
रवि क्या हुआ? मैंने जो भी अभी आइडिया नहीं था, प्रकाश से बात करो, उसका नंबर दे दो।
सर।
वो क्या है?
तो बाहर जाकर बात कर ली।
थैंक यू सर।
Today I am going to discuss the questions whatever I have given you on in the last class of function. One question was there in that one. Find the palindrome number using function. Using function. For that, we have to make the function first. How to define the function I am telling you. For finding the palindrome number, we will get a number. We have to get a number. The function should get a number which has to be checked that this is palindrome or not. Okay? So that number should be the parameter. So like we are defining the function with defined keyword, we will start with def keyword. Def, then Armstrong, then A, I have taken a number. A, I have taken a number, and this is the function block started. Here, for finding the Armstrong number, we have to take a variable that will find the sum of cube of the numbers. That will find the sum of cube of the numbers, and then that will be compared with the original number. If both of the values are equal, then the number is said of Armstrong number. Okay, so we will do like that. So I am going to take a variable and initializing that variable with 0 because we have to find the sum of cube of digits of the number. So I am taking a variable s equal to 0. Then we have to run a loop while a, because a is a number, so directly we can put a condition a is greater than 0. And because this variable has to be compared with the sum of cube of digits of the number, that's why we have to create a duplicate copy of this number. Because after this loop, this number will become 0. So I am taking one more variable, a1 equal to a. a1 equal to a. a1 is the duplicate copy of a, and s is the variable which is going to store the sum of cube of digits of the number. So for finding the cube of digits of the number, we are running this loop. And what we will do, we will find the sum s equal to s plus a percentage 10. A percentage 10. This is the operator which will give us remainder of the number, and this should be multiplied by 3. You can use power also, and like that also. You can use simple also. Simple formula. Percentage 10. Then again we will multiply a percentage 10. After that, we have to remove the last number from this number, last digit from this number. So what we will do, we will use a equal to int a double slash, this is called float operator, float division, 10. this loop, what it will do? It will repeat the same procedure till all the numbers, all the digits of the number are not become cube and they are not getting summed with s. So ultimately, after completion of this loop, we will get the sum of cube of digits of this multi-digit number a. Now we have to compare. We have to compare s with a1 because a will become 0 after this one. So we cannot compare the sum with a because that will be 0 and that cannot be equal. So we will compare if s equal to a1, then what to do? We have to return true, else we have to return false. I hope you are understanding. After this, I will give you an example and I will do it. Now, the main program. For main program, space is not there downward, so I am writing in this part. That is small, so that can be written over there. In main part, for calling this function, we have to create a variable, multi-digit number. We have to take input a multi-digit number and that we have to pass in Armstrong so that Armstrong will check that number, if that number is Armstrong or not. So for that, I am taking x equal to int input x equal to int input, enter a number. Then what to do is we have to call Armstrong. Armstrong X. Now, while calling Armstrong, we are able to see that Armstrong is going to return a Boolean value. For storing that Boolean value, we require one more variable because Armstrong is going to return a Boolean value. For storing that Boolean value, I am taking y. Y is a variable which will contain the Boolean value. Okay, so y will be having true or false. So here we will check if y equal to, because this part is not visible, that's why I am writing like this, but indentation is in a straight line. These all lines are parallel. It is not going inside. If you will write inside, then this will become the code, the subcode of Armstrong. So don't write like that. Okay, if y equal to true, then if this is true, so when this true is getting returned, when the number is Armstrong number. So here we got true. So what we will print? We will print the number is Armstrong number. Otherwise, else print The number is not Armstrong. Like that. We have to do it. Now, we will take an example of a number and we will see that this function is going to work or not. Say for example, we will start from main, because while compilation, the compiler will only see the header of the function and it will skip the functionality of the function. It will just compile the functionality of the function and then it will come. Execution will start from the main part. So the main part of the program is starting after the completion of the definition of the function, and definition of this function is getting ended over here at return statement. In here x we have taken a number. Here I am taking 151 because 151 is a Armstrong number. Okay, then y equal to Armstrong x. This is the calling statement of the function. So the control will directly transfer to this one with 151. 151 is the value of x. So the control will transfer to this Armstrong function and A will be having 151. A will be having 151. I hope you all are understanding. Here, this function is declaring two variables A1 and S. S is becoming 0. A is having, now in this function, why I made the block? Because function is a block. Okay? In this program, function will make a small block and that will be dedicated for that particular function. So all the variables, whichever is created by the function, that will be created in that particular block. That's why I have written this statement. So here s equal to 0 and a1 will become a, and a is having what? 151. A1 is the copy of a, so a1 will also be having 151 and a will also be having 151. After that a while loop is running till a is not going to become 0. So we will start from while loop and we will come to this statement s0 equal to 0 plus a percentage 10. So in this case a percentage 10 will give you 1, because 1 will be the remainder when you will divide 151 with 10, and percentage returns the remainder of the number of the division operation. Okay, so here also 1, here also 1, and here also 1. 1 into 1 into 1 plus 0 is 1. So in the first situation s will become 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. And this a1 remains same because we are not changing a1. So we are not performing any operation on a1. So a1 will remain 151. And then a equal to int a double slash 10. So what it will give? It will give the quotient of the operation. So once we are going to divide 151 with 10, we will get 15 as quotient. So this a will be replaced with the quotient of operation. So a will become what? 15. Understood? A will become 15. Next, here this while loop is getting ended. So again it will go back. Again it will go back and it will check the value of A, because while loop is always coming out from this condition. Once the condition is false, then it will come back. So again it will check the value. Still A is 15 and 15 is greater than 0. So again the same operation will be performed, and this time A1 will remain same 151, because we are not performing any operation. So S is 1 equal to 1 plus, now the remainder will come what? 1, 5, 15. 15 is getting divided with 10, then we will get 5 as a remainder. So this time 5 we will get as a remainder. 5 into 5 into 5. 5 into 5 is 125. 25 into 5 is 125. 125 plus 1, because S is 1. So S will become 126. S will become 126. Now we are performing the last operation, A equal to int A double slash 10. So this will again return us the quotient of 15 divided by 10. So we will get 1 in A. We will get 1 in A. Again, this will go back to the conditional statement. And this time, it will find that A is having 1, and that is again greater than 0. So again the operation will be performed, and this time again A1 will be unchanged because we are not performing any operation. S will become S equal to 126 plus, this time we will get remainder 1, 1 and 1. 1 into 1 into 1 plus 126 will be 127. And then A will become 0, because this time we will get 0 as quotient. So this will be 0, and the condition is false in this case. Again it will go back third time, and third time the condition will become false. So then it will come out of the loop. And this condition, if condition statement, will be excluded if S equal to A1. The sum is there in S. So this will be compared with the copy which is unchanged. Okay? So when we will compare S with A1, the result is not matching. So it will return false. And Y will get false. So the output of this program will come, the number is not Armstrong, because the sum of cube of digits of the number is not equal to the original number. That's why this number is not Armstrong number. Actually 153 is the Armstrong number. If you will do, you will get 127 we got. 3 into 3 into 3, that is 9, that is 27. So if you are going to add 27 with 126, then we will get 153 as a result. So 153 is the Armstrong number. If you are going to check this number with this function, we will get the Armstrong number as output. So this was the program. I hope you all understood this program. Then we are moving to the next program, that was searching a number in a list. Searching a number in a list, that I am going to explain. Searching a number in list using function. So for that, the function should have the list as well as the number which has to be searched in the list. Both the variables are required. So this function should have at least two arguments. One should be list and another one should be the number which has to be searched in the list. So how we will define? We will start with define. Therefore, search. We are going to do this with binary linear search. We are not using binary search. I'm teaching you linear search. You try with binary search. Binary search is already taught, so that you have to use. Linear search I am explaining. Search, then A I am taking as a list and B I am taking as a number to be searched. Okay, so directly we have to use a for loop for accessing each and every member of the list. So I am going to take a variable for x in A. X in A. What it will do? X will be here. X is denoting that this is a member in A, and this will check all the member. This will take all the member one by one in itself, and there we can compare with this. X will be compared with B. If the value of x and b will be same, we will find that number we got at that particular position. Okay, so here we start. We will use if statement. If x is equal to b, then we will return true. True. Else we cannot write, because there may be chance that in first and second chance the number we will not get the number, and in the third chance we got that number. So we will write here continue. Then we will not return false. In this case, automatically we can understood that this is false or true. Then in the main part, we will create a list. Say for example, I am taking y as a list. Y equal to eval enter the number in list. Then b equal to c equal to int enter a number. Then we will call the function search y comma c. Y is a list and c is the number which has to be searched. After that, we'll check the value of z. If it is true, then the number is there in the list. Otherwise, the number is not there. If it is not true, because here when we are getting the number, we are returning true. Otherwise, the loop is getting continued. Here you can put the break statement also for breaking the loop. You can use break statement for breaking the loop. If you will let it continue, then also you will get this answer correct. But you can break this statement so that it will not continue further. So we will check the value of z. If z equal to true, then we will print the message. Print the number found. Otherwise, we will print the message. The number not found. That's all. This is the program. This can be done in different way also by finding the length of a. Using length function, we will find the length, and by finding the length, we can return in else part also. We can return in else part also. But here, if we are going to get this number, here we will get true value, and in case of that, we are going to print the number found. And in case of not getting true value in z, we will print the number not found. This is the program. I hope you all understood this concept. Thank you.